Hello everyone, this is Renie Johnson, Assistant Professor of English from Sri Sharada College for Women, Autonomous, Salem 16. Today I am going to talk about Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra as a tragedy of ambition and love. Antony and Cleopatra, let me give you a general introduction. Antony and Cleopatra is a tragic play written by William Shakespeare, which is believed to have been composed around 1606 to 1607. This play tells the story of the doomed love affair between Mark Antony, a Roman general, and Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, set against the backdrop of ancient politics and war. Let us see the historical context of the play. This Antony and Cleopatra is based on real historical events and figures from ancient Rome and Egypt. Mark Antony and Cleopatra were real people who lived in the 1st century BC, and their story has been recorded by historians such as Plutarch. The play begins with Mark Antony, one of the 3 rulers of the Roman Empire, who neglects his duties in order to indulge in a passionate love affair with Cleopatra. As their relationship deepens, Antony's fellow rulers, Octavius Caesar and Lepidus, they are the 3 triumvirs, became increasingly wary of his intentions and the threat he poses to their power. There are various themes based on this play. The play explores several themes, including the theme of love versus duty, the conflict between Antony's love for Cleopatra and his duty towards Rome. Power and politics is another theme of the play, the struggle for power and control in ancient Rome and Egypt. Morality and fate is another theme of the play, the inevitability of death, the role of fate in shaping human lives. Before moving into the characters, let me give a short summary of the play. So, first of all, Antony, who is enthralled by his love for the beautiful and captivating Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, Antony languishes at the court of Egypt, totally neglecting his political and military duties as a member of Rome's ruling triumvirate. He learns that Octavius is angry at his conduct and that his own wife Fulvia has gone to battle against Octavius and is now dead. Antony resolves to leave Cleopatra and return to Rome. Enobarbus, Antony's friend and lieutenant, warns him that Cleopatra will resist his leaving. Just as predicted, she flies into a rage but is eventually reconciled to Antony's departure. In Rome, Octavius Caesar and Lepidus, their triumvirs, anxiously wait for Antony's return. Pompey is the son of Julius Caesar's old rival, is in rebellion against Rome and has gained control over the sea. Pompey in Messina hopes that there will be no reconciliation between Octavius and Antony, who have met in Rome on less than friendly terms. Lepidus sees a way to reconcile them by suggesting that Antony marry Octavia, Octavius Caesar's sister, and Antony agrees. Regaining military control, Antony sends a force to fight the rebellious Pompey and his army. Cleopatra flies into a rage when she learns of Antony's marriage and beats the messenger before being overcome by despair. In Messina, Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus, the three triumvirs, meet with Pompey to work out a treaty, which is then sealed with a drunken feast. Antony and his new wife Octavia leave for a new home in Athens, and Cleopatra takes heart in the news that Octavia is no match for her. The reconciliation between the triumvirs is not of long duration. Octavius is soon at odds with Antony, and when Octavia leaves for Rome to intercede in her husband's behalf, Antony returns to Cleopatra. In the meantime, Octavius has arrested Lepidus on charges of conspiracy. War between Antony and Caesar begins in earnest, and over Enobaba's objections, Cleopatra joins her fleet in the battle, which Antony stubbornly insists on fighting by sea. Cleopatra suddenly retreats. Antony follows, and the battle is lost. Humiliated, Antony rages that he has relinquished his honor as a soldier in favor of Cleopatra's love. He sends a message to Octavius Caesar, offering to surrender in return for permission to live peacefully in Athens and for assurance that Cleopatra will remain Queen of Egypt. Octavius Caesar refuses, and Antony, in his frustration, challenges him to a single combat. Enraged at finding Octavius Caesar's emissary kissing Cleopatra's hand, Antony has the emissary whipped. Preparations are made for another battle, and the next morning, Antony learns that his beloved lieutenant Enobarbus has deserted him. In a loving gesture, Antony sends Enobarbus' treasure to him in Octavius' camp. Learning of this, Enobarbus vows not to join in the battle against Antony. Fighting this time on land, Antony wins handily. The guilt-stricken Enobarbus commits suicide. The next day, the battle at sea is lost. Cleopatra's navy surrenders. Cleopatra, terrified of Antony's fury, takes refuge in a tomb, having word sent to Antony that she has died. Antony, choosing to join her in death, falls on his sword. Mortally wounded, he learns that Cleopatra is not dead. He is taken to the tomb where he dies in her arms. Octavius Caesar then resolves to give Antony a hero's funeral. He sends word to Cleopatra that he has nothing to fear, but secretly he intends to display her in Rome as his captive. Learning of this, Cleopatra has poisonous snakes smuggled into her. Dressed in her most royal garments to meet Antony, she dies. Now, let's see the style and language of the play. The play, Antony and Cleopatra, is known for its poetic and expressive language with the focus on dramatic dialogue and imagery. Shakespeare's use of metaphor, simile, and other literary devices creates a rich and evocative atmosphere. Antony and Cleopatra is considered as one of Shakespeare's greatest plays, and its influence can be seen in literature, art, and popular culture. The play's exploration of love, power, morality continues to resonate with audiences even today. Antony and Cleopatra as a tragedy of ambition and love. It's a tragic play which explores the complex and intertwined themes of ambition and love. The play tells the story of the doomed love affair between Mark Antony, a Roman general, and Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, set against the backdrop of ancient politics and war. Let's see how this ambition was a driving force. Mark Antony's ambition. Antony's desire for power and recognition drives his actions throughout the play. His ambition is fueled by his desire to be a great leader and to rival his fellow Roman leaders. Cleopatra's ambition. Cleopatra's ambition is centered around maintaining her power and position as Queen of Egypt. She is determined to protect her kingdom and her people, even if it means making difficult choices. The consequences of ambition. The play highlights the consequences of unchecked ambition, including the destruction of relationships, the loss of power, and ultimately the tragic death. Love as a complicating factor. The love affair between Antony and Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. The love between them is a central theme of the play. The relationship is complex and multifaceted, with both characters struggling to balance their love for each other with their duties and responsibilities. The conflict between love and duty. So this play explores the conflict between love and duty as both Antony and Cleopatra navigate their feelings for each other while also fulfilling their obligations to their respective countries. The destructive power of love. The play suggests that love can be a destructive force, particularly when it is all-consuming and obsessive. Antony's and Cleopatra's love for each other ultimately leads to their own downfall. The intersection of ambition and love. The blurring lines between ambition and love. The play highlights the ways in which ambition and love can become intertwined. For both Antony and Cleopatra, the love for each other becomes an extension of their ambition and vice versa. The tragic consequences of the intersection of ambition and love. The play ultimately suggests that the intersection of ambition and love can lead to tragic consequences. The all-consuming nature of Antony and Cleopatra's love, combined with their ambitious desires, ultimately leads to their downfall and failure. In conclusion, Antony and Cleopatra is a tragedy of ambition and love which explores the theme of complex and intertwined themes of power, politics, and romance. The play highlights the consequences of unchecked ambition and the destructive power of love, ultimately suggesting that the intersection of these two forces can lead to tragic consequences. Let's get into the quiz. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, how does Cleopatra react to the news that Antony has married Octavia? So she beats her messenger. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Dash rules the Roman Empire when the play begins. It is the three Roman rulers, the triumvirs Antony, Caesar, and Lepidus. The next question is Antony and Cleopatra is a sequel to Dash play. It's a sequel to Julius Caesar. The next question, Dash in the play Antony and Cleopatra makes the famous quote, "My salad days when I was green in judgment, cold in blood, to say as I said them." So this was said by Cleopatra. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Dash is the name of Antony's sword. The name of Antony's sword is Actium. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, what do Charmian and Iris do in order to foresee their futures? They summon a fortune teller. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Dash dies besides Cleopatra. It is Iris who dies besides Cleopatra. The next question. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Antony describes the wonders of Dash River. He describes the wonders of River Nile. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Lepidus is the weakest triumvir. He is the weakest of the three. He is the weakest among Caesar and Antony. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Enobarbus is the friend of Antony. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Cleopatra intends to act on the occasion when Antony is sad. So she intends to act as though she is sick. In the play, Cleopatra wishes to send Alexas to find Antony in Act 1, Scene 3. The play Antony and Cleopatra, Tiber refers to a river. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Dash refers to Cleopatra as this foul Egyptian. Here, Antony refers to Cleopatra as this foul Egyptian. He has been betrayed, his fleet yielded to Caesar. So he refers to Cleopatra as this foul Egyptian. In the play Antony and Cleopatra, Eros refuses to kill Antony. Thank you.